Alrighty! Welcome to DC Live, everybody! I don't know where my friends are, but wait! Look who's sitting next to me! It's Bagman! He made it back! This is fantastic! Wait, did you bring a friend? Oh, is that somebody you met in the wild? Oh, is that right? What's your friend's name? Oh, you're gonna listen to it? Okay. Okay, but you can't tell me. Oh, because of social distancing. Oh, is his name Student Ministries? Oh, his name is Student Ministries. Oh my goodness, imagine that. That's crazy, everybody. Wow. Well, hey, we're so excited you are here for our incredible live show. And boy, you were in the wild trying to catch up to us, and here we are. We're back. You're tired, but you made it. Man, we're so happy you made it. It was pretty rough in the wild with all those quarantine monkeys, but I think they're happy to be home now, like in the wild. And so, well, hey, we're excited. You know what? We're really excited. We're going to play a lot of games tonight, and got a fun message to share. And you know what? I know that there was a little bit of jealousy going on, and you know what? Just a little bit, right? So how about this? Why don't we just play a little trivia game? And how about it's me versus you? How about that? Does that okay? Yeah. And so so that's what we're gonna do, a little bit of a trivia game. And you know what? I had so fun. We're gonna do trivia tonight. We got some other games tonight, and then at the end we're gonna play some more charades again. Yeah, not your favorite, except I remember the last time we played charades. You kind of pushed me over. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. So with that, let's do a little trivia. So I'll have somebody ask a question, and then you and I will guess. How about that? Would you like to pass me a little board right next to you? There's a little trouble seeing there, huh? Maybe you need to make your eye holes a little bigger next time. So, alrighty. There you go. You got your board. I have my board. And do we have a question somewhere?
All right, here's your first
Whoa!
question.
It's Michelle! Awesome.
So, first question.
Okay.
I have confidence. I feel like what you guys need to do in the chat here, though, is you're going to guess who you think is actually going to answer. So
okay, so they don't
chat,
guess the answer that we're guessing.
No.
You're just guessing if he's going to be smarter or if I'm going to be smarter.
Yeah, you're going to bet on which one of them is smarter. And
Okay.
you can answer these really hard questions.
Okay.
So,
Bagman says, Bagman Big Brain. That's what he wrote.
Okay.
And
you
so,
have a bigger head, so it might
yeah,
be-
that's true. There's got to be a bigger brain inside that bag. So,
Alrighty, so here's your first question.
First question.
How many trees are cut down in a year to make one paper bag? Or to make all the paper bags?
What
So
is
in
it?
1
What is
year-
it? One paper bag or all the paper bags?
All the paper bags in
Oh,
a year.
Okay.
And how many trees does it take to
That's a
make
lot of.
that?
There's a lot of Trader Joe's bags out there.
There's a lot of Trader Joe's bags.
There's a lot of Trader
So
Joe's.
that is your question. Go ahead and put it down. Students,
Wait,
you're going
what's the
to-
multiple choice?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I need a little. I
No,
need
you
a
have to
little.
just guess. You should know this.
I need a little bit
Okay.
of help. I need a little bit of help.
A, is
A.
it 10,000?
10,000,
B, 200,000.
200,000,
C, 3 million.
3 million.
Or D, 14 million.
Okay,
So
so
is it in the 100,000?
it's the 100,000s or in the millions.
Or 10,000.
Okay, alrighty. I got my answer.
So
And,
A,
B,
B,
C,
C, or
D. Very good. You learned to write in school, right? Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so
great.
students, if you want Bagman, put his name down. If you think it's Lloyd, who's going to get correct, then go ahead and put his name down in the chat.
Alrighty.
All right, let's see what your answers are. The
Okay,
answer,
I said A because A, I always got A's in school, and D, did you always get D's in school? Oh, you did. You always got D's.
well,
That's really
in
sad.
this moment,
in this moment?
14 million is the
What?
correct answer.
Wow. Okay. Michelle.
So I'm confident.
All right. Let me try and beat him one more time.
Okay.
Okay.
One more time. We'll see.
Okay.
This time we'll give you the options.
Do I have a rag or something?
do.
Oh, I do. Oh, thank you, Bagman. Can I borrow your rag when you're
We have
done?
another one.
Oh, thank you. Alrighty.
All right. As you guys are cleaning off this, here's the next question. How many paper bags are used in a year? So not just how they're created,
Okay.
but how many are used in 1 year? So A, 15 million, B, 10 billion, C, 18 million, or D, 120,000.
Okay.
So if you think it's in the millions or billions, try to put your answer down. So, all right, let's see what you guys put.
How many does Bagman use in a year? That's what I'm kind of curious on.
I mean, he's
so
just using one.
he's
so.
only one.
Very
Okay,
confident.
you only use one.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that you only use one. Alrighty.
Okay, let's see what you guys put down.
Okay, D.
D, so
Yeah.
you did 120.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Okay.
and B.
And
Oh,
B.
B for Bagman.
Oh, B for
B
Bagman.
for Bagman.
Well,
Wow.
Bagman is correct because
What?
it is 10 billion.
Wow.
So you got that one correct.
I don't know, Michelle. It's pretty hard. Maybe you should try and maybe try and beat Bagman. So
Okay, let's try it. All right,
let's
let's
try that.
swap.
All right, we'll swap.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So it's now Michelle. So again, in the chat, you're gonna vote if you think it's gonna be Michelle that is smarter, or if it's Bagman that is smarter. Okay, here we go. Here's the
I got
question.
this.
Okay, what is the maximum number of items to safely place in a bag without risk of it breaking? How the maximum number of items? Can you put 10 items? That's A. Can you only put 5 items, which is B? Or 18 items, which is C? Or D, 14 items? I don't know, Michelle. What are the items?
Like, milk
No,
is very
but-
different than spaghetti box.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I don't know
this.
how this works. I mean, I think I can pack maybe 18 rolls of toilet paper in a
Guys,
bag before it breaks.
our producers are making this real hard.
I
for
don't
us.
know. I don't know. Maybe it's on average. On average.
Okay.
On average. Alrighty.
I'm pretty confident.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Alrighty. And Michelle, what's your answer?
I'm going with C because C's
18.
usually always.
That's a lot. And
C's
Bagman
always
says D.
right though.
Bagman got it again.
What?
Wow, that's
How do you know
unbelievable.
this? This is not
that's,
fair.
That's just he is incredibly smart.
I want to quit.
You
And
wanna
I
quit?
want.
All
I
right,
gotta
let's-
tap out
let's
because I think somebody
tap
else
out.
is way
Maybe
more.
somebody else want to come in and play. Alrighty.
All right.
All right. Here
We're gonna
comes
bring in another person.
another
here.
person. And oh, welcome!
Hey,
It's
guys.
Sierra. That's awesome.
Yes.
Very fun. Very fun. Well, it's great to have Sierra. Thank you, Sierra, so much for coming here tonight,
Of
being part of our
course.
DC live show, and yeah, careful there with
that
student
there.
ministries there. So, is student his first name and ministries is his last
Ministries?
name? Is that no?
Legally. Oh, it's
Whoa,
ministry's student.
Ministries student is his name. Oh,
Got
that's
it.
very good to know. Alrighty. And
That's
alrighty. Well,
really
let's
unique.
go with another trivia question. And so here we go. Okay. So what year was the Eastern Paper Bag Company founded? That was the first company that made a paper bag. Are any of the
I feel like
do you have any relatives there with the Eastern Paper Bag Company? And so, 1868.
what? You didn't even listen to
Wait,
the options.
Wait! Oh my goodness! A is 1868. B is 14. That man, you won already.
I didn't even get to
You
guess.
didn't even get to guess. Sorry,
What?
Sierra. Why don't you take another
I
question
demand
already?
a,
Already.
a rematch.
Well, maybe that was just too hard because I mean that's his relatives.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your family history. So.
Okay, alrighty. Okay, this is a true or false question.
Okay.
Alrighty? Bagman so far is winning today. Okay, true or false? Paper bags can be used in compost gardens.
I don't know.
paper bags can be used in compost gardens? I don't know because at the end of the day, Bagman was in the wild for quite a while.
That's
and
true. He would
did
have
survive.
biodegraded by now.
Alrighty. Okay. Oh, that's so sad. Wait, you can't biodegrade. That's really, really sad. Alrighty. Is Bagman laughing there? I don't know what's going on.
Be able to be
Okay.
used for
Alrighty.
compost.
What do you say, Sierra?
I think it's false.
False.
'cause
No, yeah, it's false. And then
false.
true.
I-
True. The answer's
What?
true. The answer's true.
How?
That's unbelievable.
How are you still
Can
alive?
anyone beat Bagman? You know what? Why don't we bring in one more guess?
All
One
right.
more guess to try and beat
I
Bagman.
feel like
And so,
it's our only hope.
all right, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for
Of
playing.
course,
And
my pleasure.
here comes our
Just prepare my.
our next guest, and it's
Godspeed.
little stretch. Why are you stretching in front of the camera that way? So that's a little awkward.
You know,
So
stretching my arms.
you're stretching your
stretches
arms.
the brain.
Stretching the arms stretches
My
the brain.
is
Wow.
tied to my
Wow,
arms.
You know, we saw Bagman do a lot of stretching arms in a workout video. So, yeah, alrighty. Well, here, let's do a bump.
Can I just arm wrestle him instead? I don't think I want to. You know what? Never mind. That's a
Never
bad
mind.
idea.
Yeah,
that's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea. That's not part of our live show. That's part of the
In the live chat,
In the
who would win between an arm wrestling match?
There you go. We can put that in.
If you vote for me, you're lying.
Yeah, already. Okay, so here's a bonus question. So last one. So Aiden, we're either gonna get it right or we're gonna lose. Already. So when? Oh wait, this is not about a paper bag anymore. When was the first sock monkey invented? Was it 1905, 1732, 1872, or 1976? The first time it was invented. You know, my wife actually knits sock monkeys. So, you know, she was born in 1975, so there's a little clue there with the answers already. So 1905, 1732, 1872, or 1976. And so, answers please. Alrighty, Aiden, what is your answer? And
Can I have 10 more seconds on the clock?
can you have 10 more seconds? You can have 10 more seconds on the clock. Alrighty? Okay. There you go. Stretch your arms to stretch your brain and write your answer. And 10 seconds is up, by the way. Alrighty. There you go. Alrighty. Oh, wait. Bagman is changing his answer. Wait, he's getting a phone call. Who's is it the quarantine monkey maybe like calling him? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Oh, there he goes. Oh, okay. Was he getting like a call in for the answer or something? I'm not sure what's going on there. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see what the answers are. Alrighty. Aiden, we'll start with you. Alrighty. What did you write? D for Lloyd's wife. Okay. D for Lloyd's wife. Alrighty. And Aiden, you wrote C, which is the correct answer.
C for sock.
You finally beat Bagman. Wow. 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 Alrighty. Okay, there you go. Alright, well, thank you so much. Well, thank you, Aiden. Yeah, thank you so much. Alright, we'll see you later. Alrighty. Well, gosh, Bagman, I know that was pretty frustrating at the end, but man, you did a really, really, really good. And so, yeah, that's okay. So what we're gonna do is, what I want to do is, Bagman, I felt really bad that we kind of didn't have you back on until now, and so I thought, what if we took some time to just to get to know you a little bit more, and we know that we've seen a lot of videos with you working out. We've seen videos with you doing a lot of fun things and kind of travels, and I mean, I saw you in that fancy convertible, that car. Yeah, did you drive that here today? So, oh, you wrote in on ministry student. Wow, that's really, really That's pretty fantastic. Maybe we'll see you right out on him. So alrighty, okay. How about this, Bagman? Because we want to get to know you. We know some of your interests. You know, we know you like to work out, and we know that you like to take walks, and we know you like to go to the park. And so, how about we get to know some of your? How about we get to know some of your family? How about that? Can we get to know some of your family? And so, students, why don't we do this? Why don't we show some pictures of Bagman's family? And so here's like the first one that we'll show. And so right here, so the question is this one of Bagman's relatives, or is it a staff person? So Bagman relative or a staff person? So that's the question. So in the chat, we're going to play another game. You can write the correct answer of the person, or you can just say, oh, that's a Bagman's relative. So if you can guess the right staff person, if you think it's a staff person, or if you think at the end of the day it's a Bagman relative, well, there you go. Alrighty. So so there you go. So there's the first one. And so alrighty, as we come back live here, and we just want you to know that was not your relative, huh? No, that was not your relative. No, that was not your relative. That was on staff. That was Darren Beebe. And so, yeah, Darren wanted to be adopted into your family, right? Yeah. No, he didn't. Okay. Oh, he wasn't allowed to. Okay. Alrighty. Well, let's do another picture. So that was them, and then so let's take a look. Ooh. Is this one of Bagman's relatives or a staff person? If you think it's a staff person, guess a staff person now in the chat and put down who you think it is. And let's come back. Here we go. Come back in live. And so, relative? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Well, students, it was a staff person, and that staff person was Cherie. And so, alrighty, let's play another one. Here we go. Guess who it is? Is this a relative of Bagman, or is it a staff person? And if you think it's a staff person, who do you think it was? Boy, that bag person, that they were driving an ambulance. That was like an essential worker. I didn't realize like Bagman's. So you have family that are essential workers. Wow, thank you for your service, Bagman. Yeah, I really appreciate that. That's fantastic. So was that like your brother? Was that your brother? No, that wasn't. Oh, this is your brother? Oh, I had no idea. Wow, wow. Okay. Hey, that was Austin, and if you guessed Austin, you got the right answer. Let's go with another one here, and this person has eyelashes, really pretty eyelashes. Bagman is this person is this your mom? Is this your mom? You care to maybe you're too shy to answer. That was actually Kaylee on staff, if you didn't know. And so here we go, last one. And this bag person, they look like they have a pretty big mouth and kind of talks a lot, and that's quite a lot of a facial expression. So again, students, guess who they think it is in the chat there. And is it one of your relatives? Oh, it is one of your relatives. Let's go back to the picture, and Bagman says it is one of the relatives. And so at the end of the day, that is Jim Dewar, that's on staff there. And so there you go. Alrighty. Well, we're back live here, and thank you, Michelle. Michelle, it's so fun to have you back here on DC Live, and that's so great to see Bagman to come and be a part of our show here tonight, and we're really excited for that. And students, we're gonna play some more games after a bit, and so what I want to do is take a minute and actually to go back into our stories of where we've been in this entire series as we've been talking about the real Jesus. And man, we started this. We've been, and I want to say thank you, students, for hanging in there for all these weeks as we've been doing this virtual for a long time. Tonight is our last night, technically for like DC, and so tonight is our last night where DC comes to a close for the year, because the next time we meet, we're going to be doing summer programming. And so tonight is our last night with our 8th graders with DC. And so 8th graders, we got some fun things we're going to do with you towards the end of the evening as well. And so, but we wanted to say, this is week number 11. And man, you've hung in there with us. And we just want to say a huge thanks. That though we can't be together in person, we are together in spirit. That the Spirit of Christ unites us together. And so in that sense, we are together. And what's really special is that knowing that you're out there watching and interacting with us, and that makes it really, really fun and really, really exciting. And so we really appreciate that. And so appreciate you hanging in there with us. And we really appreciate the interactions. One of the interactions that we want to have tonight is we want to play a game of charades. And because we want to play a game of charades, we want to do where you send us what you think we should act out. Michelle, explain it some more.
So we need your help. So right now in the chat, go ahead and put down different events or scenarios for us to act out. It can be reminders of past events that we've had. It could be things that maybe that you do in your everyday life, but you're going to put that in the chat right now. And then at the end of our time, we will have to act that out and try to guess what it is. So right now, make sure you are thinking of creative and funny things for us to, at the end, try to tell each other through weird body movements. So right now, do that. And afterwards, we're going to transition right now to a time where Lloyd's going to bring a message. So I really want you guys to focus. I know this is so tempting to not be engaged in that. So if you can, try to get off any sort of Discord or other means of chatting, texting, and try to do your best to focus in. We know it doesn't always feel very personable. It doesn't feel like you're in the room with us, but we feel like it's in the room with us, so we want you guys to be fully engaged. So
yeah, and so we thank you so much for engaging with us. And so the chat's going to be on for like another minute, so you can put in what you think we should guess for charades, and then we're going to shut it down. And then from there, we're going to go right into our lesson time. So, well, like I said, man, because it is our last night here, and I know this feels like a lot of distance at times, but I do want to have a moment where we just maybe pause and kind of pray for a second here, and then we'll dive into our talk. So with that, let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much for this time tonight and what you're doing and how you're leading us on this incredible journey that we have been on. And understanding you, Jesus, even more. We thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. So, we started weeks ago looking closely at this life of Jesus. We started with these incredible miracles that he performed. And it was really interesting is with all these miracles that he did, and that all the miracles begged the question, who is the real Jesus? And we looked at his teachings within the parables, which also begged the question, what authority does he have? What right does he have to say these things? So we looked at the incredible power, the incredible teachings, and it all was asking the question, man, who really is this Jesus? And what does it really mean to follow him? And what is he really inviting me into? What is he trying to do? What was his mission? And so we've been on this really long journey asking the question, who is he? So tonight, I want to tell you two stories. one at the beginning of my talk and one at the end of my talk, about two students who I asked this very question to years ago. So the first story goes like this. Years and years ago, there was a student in the ministry. He had grown up going to church. He had gone to church his entire life. We're at camp. He's acting crazy. He's doing all these crazy things. So much that the leader brought me in and says, Lloyd, I'm losing my mind with this student. Man, they won't stop talking. They won't stop making jokes. They won't stop saying inappropriate things. He doesn't listen, on and on and on and on. You have to talk to him. I said, great, I will. So we go. I saw this student. I pulled him aside and I just said, and I asked his name, and his name was Corey. I said, Corey, who is Jesus? And Corey says, oh, Jesus died on the cross to save me of my sins. I said, okay, that is the answer in the sense of he grew up in church and he had this memorized statement, but I wanted to know, what did he really know about Jesus and having a relationship with Jesus? So I said, well, Corey, tell me again. Don't just tell me this little statement. Who is the real Jesus? And Corey says again, oh, Jesus died on the cross to save me. I said, okay, Corey, you've been told that, but who is Jesus really to you? I asked that. And he says, oh, Jesus died on the cross to save me. I said, no, Corey, you don't get it. Like, tell me, what do you know about his life? What do you know about what his purpose was in coming to earth and how he lived his life? And it says, what do you know about this entire history and this entire life of him? And Corey goes, oh, I get what you're asking. And then Corey answers my question. He goes, oh, Jesus was this guy that, like, he lived like a long time ago and he made a bunch of people really, really angry, and then he got killed because he was like a rebel. Wait a second. How do you go from Jesus died to save me to this guy who really made people angry and was like a rebel and then he got killed? Like that doesn't match up. The real Jesus is a question that even if you have grown up in church your whole life, you got to keep coming back to. All of our desire, 8th grade students, as DC comes to a close tonight, these entire 3 years you've been with us, the thing that we keep wanting to hammer home is that it's a relationship. That Jesus is a real God, a real person who walks with you and wants to be in a relationship with you. It's not a memorized statement. So that's the life of Corey. And that leads me into tonight as we take one more look at the life of Jesus, the real Jesus. And we're going to look, last week we took the look at his final scenes of his life. We looked at his last meal. We looked at his last miracle. Tonight, we're going to look at his last words. The last things that he said before he died on the cross to save us from our sins. Yes, that is true. And quote, the right answer. But it's only the right answer if it goes from our head to our heart and its relationship. So with that, let me take you in to the scene where Jesus is actually crucified. So Luke chapter 23 and verse 33, and it says this, when they came to a place called the Skull. That's pretty crazy right there. I mean, Jesus was born in a manger. This wasn't a birth that was really fancy. It wasn't a birth that he was born in a castle or born in a rich palace. No, Jesus was born in a manger with animals. A lowly birth. One that isn't like very spectacular. And here, Jesus is going to be crucified at a place called the Skull. Kind of a really kind of broken, kind of deserted kind of place where they would basically crucify people. So he's brought there. Came to a place called Skull, and they nailed him to the cross. and the criminals were also crucified, one on his right and one on his left. And so Jesus' last moments on life as he's being crucified is he's there on this cross and they're pounding in the nails. And crucifixion was one of the most cruelest forms of death, was one of the most shameful things. And often they were crucified with no clothes on whatsoever. It was the most humiliating thing they could ever do. Lowly. And it was a public spectacle. People would come and look in disgust at the people that were being crucified. This is the real Jesus who came to suffer for us. And I want you to look, we're going to look at 3 sentences that Luke records that are some of his final words. So the first sentence of Jesus' final words, Jesus says this, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." Here, Jesus is on this cross, nails being punched through him, piercing him. He's already been tortured. Now he is at the moment of his final breath. And Jesus' mission comes so into clear focus. Father, forgive them. That is the entire purpose of Jesus on that cross, was to restore us into this relationship, restore us back together in this brokenness. It wasn't this judgment. It wasn't this condemnation. He came in this act of love because he didn't want to see anyone perish. Here you see the heart of Christ. Forgive is this idea of releasing us from the penalty that's due to us as Jesus took that on, as Jesus took on our suffering. Father, forgive them. And it's a really powerful statement because, one, it's not letting us off the hook. Yes, it is this incredible act of grace, this incredible love, like, Father, forgive them. But it's not like a big deal. It's not just this, oh, sweet, I'm forgiven. No, look at the cost behind it. And again, it's forgive, meaning we're not innocent. We are guilty for our actions. And Jesus says, you are guilty, and I'm here to take that suffering, and I'm here to forgive you. Well, as he said that statement, they start to taunt him, start to mock him, make fun of him. And they were making all these statements like, hey, if you're like God, why don't you save yourself? And constantly making fun of him. And even one of the criminals next to him was even mocking him. But another criminal said something totally different. I want you to see here what he says in the passage here. But the other criminal protested, "Don't you fear God, even when you've been sentenced to die?" In verse 41 it says this, and this is the criminal who is dying next to Jesus. And he says this, "We deserve to die for our crimes, but this man hasn't done anything wrong." And he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." He's begging Jesus for mercy. You know what? There's 3 things that this guy gets right. Number 1, he says this, we deserve to die. We all deserve. You know, the Bible says, and Paul says, the wages of sin, the added up of our sins equals death. The separation, because God can't be in the presence of sin. That is the reality. And here a criminal, he gets that reality. Nobody else is getting it. And then he says this, and this man, referring to Jesus, he says, he's innocent. And that is the absolute truth, that Christ, the real Jesus, was completely innocent in going to that cross on the behalf of us. And the third thing he gets right, he goes, I want to be in your kingdom. You see, there is another reality than the one right here on earth. And that is what Jesus kept proclaiming all along. And you see, Jesus went to the cross voluntarily. Why? Because he wanted us to be part of that kingdom. And notice what he says to that criminal. Jesus replied, even to this guy who's now dying, he says, I assure you, today you will be with me. And he says a really unique word, in paradise. This is amazing, students, because this picture of paradise is a picture of a king that's walking in a beautiful garden. And he would only invite those who were his closest friends to be with him as they walked in this beautiful garden. This is a picture back to the Garden of Eden that God created. And Jesus said to this criminal, I came to bring you life so that you can be back in right relationship with Jesus. To walk with Jesus, to be with Jesus, to be friends with Jesus. This is the real Jesus restoring us back to right relationship. Again, it's a relationship, students. And with this, Jesus utters his last sentence. In Luke chapter 23, verse 46, the last thing I want to say here, Jesus shouted, Father, I trust my spirit into your hands. And with those words, he breathed his last. That at the end of the day, Jesus voluntarily gave up his spirit. It was for joy that Jesus went to the cross. Jesus wasn't a rebel that made people angry and got killed. No, Jesus, the real Jesus, loved you so much, and he went knowingly to the cross as an innocent person to die on the behalf of me, Michelle, Sarah, Aiden, all of us, so that we could have eternal life, so that we could be in relationship with Jesus. And that is the reality. And so students, I want to finish with my last story. I told you about Corey, who'd grown up in church his entire life, and he missed the point of the real Jesus because he thought it was just a religion. He thought it was just a statement, a tradition. So I want to tell you about Paul. Paul was a student who did not grow up in church, did not know anything about Jesus, and was invited to a winter camp years ago. Paul decided to go because he was invited by his girlfriend. So he's excited to go to winter camp and spend as much time as he could with his girlfriend. Paul comes to winter camp. At winter camp, he's hearing all these messages. He's hearing about the real Jesus. We go, and one evening, he and I are on a walk, and we're walking down in this creek, and I stopped, and I said, Paul, tell me, what do you think about this guy named Jesus? And Paul says to me, he goes, Lloyd, I never understood Jesus. He goes, I only heard the name Jesus in my house as a cuss word. I never even knew that he was a real God who came to die for me. And I laid out God's plan and his love through Jesus who came to die for Paul. And I said, Paul, do you want to believe in this real Jesus? And he said, yes, I do. And that night he asked Jesus into his heart. And we went back and joined up with all the other students. And Paul's like, I met the real Jesus tonight. Students, you can too. So again, if you've grown up in church, Jesus still needs to be real for you. And you know what? If you've never known Jesus, if you've never stopped to really ponder that sacrifice that he made for you and that recognition that you deserve to be on that cross and that you recognize that Jesus is dying on your behalf, you can make this decision to believe in Jesus tonight. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Michelle, who's going to give you a moment of response to kind of reflect on some things. So Michelle.
So you know that I like to do object lessons. So right now what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to grab something in your room. So you're going to have to put your computer down. You're going to have to get up. And right now go grab a string. So it can be a shoelace. It could be a piece of thread. But you need to go get a string right now. So while you're doing that, you can see my string here. And so everybody needs to go grab one because I want to talk about what this could represent. So Lloyd has been talking about relationships. And I think we often kind of fall into this category. Sometimes we can find ourselves in these three different places in our relationship with God. So we sometimes forget, like at all, that we are in a relationship. And if you find yourself in this place, it's probably one of two things. So You forgot that you needed to actually tend to that relationship. That means that you needed to actually have a conversation with God. You might find yourself not forgetting to open your Bible, which is God's letter to you. What would that look like in a real relationship? If you were to forget about a person entirely, that's not really a relationship. So you might be in that category. Another reason that you could probably have forgotten that this is a relationship is that you might find yourself making it all about rules. And you might find yourself trying to just live a perfect Christian life and forgetting that the reason that you're a Christian is because you are falling in love with Christ. You are choosing to follow this person. And that means that you need to remember that it's not about a list of rules. It's not about making yourself better. It's not about trying to do more. But it is about that relationship that you have with him. And like Lloyd said, you might not even know what this is. For that last kid, Paul had no idea that Jesus actually was a real person and that Jesus also was actually God here on earth. And so for him, he didn't have a relationship, period. And so I think for those of you, if you've just gone to church your whole life or you're just tuning in for the first time tonight, if you have not started that relationship, that's a really simple thing to begin with. That all it takes is a conversation with God. You don't even have to close your eyes. Most of the time when I pray, I do close my eyes because I get distracted. But you can try this now with me. And so right now, before we're going to go into a video, and before you're going to use your string, I want you guys to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to think about this. I want you to honestly ask yourself, where are you at? Are you forgetting that you're in a relationship because you just forgot that you even had to pay attention to God? Or are you forgetting because you've made it all about how you're trying to perform for him and do the right things for him? Or are you finding yourself in a place where you're not even sure if you've actually started one? So right now, find what category you fall into, and we're going to pray, and then I'll tell you what to do with your string. So bow your heads with me. Dear God, God, I pray that you will meet the students right now where they're at. God, give them the wisdom to know what category they fall into. That some might have a great relationship with you right now, and they see it as a relationship. But God, we know that we all can fall into those other areas. And so God, I pray that you will become real to them. God, for those students that this is the first time that they are making this decision to follow you, God, I pray that you will become real. You will show up, that they will be able to say, God, I need you, and I want a relationship with you, Jesus. I acknowledge that what you did on the cross was for me, and that I want to have this relationship with you. Amen. All right, so now you have your string. When Sierra is going to be playing this song, I want you to concentrate on this strand. So if your string is attached this way, that's fine. I have two here. The yellow one that kind of represents me. And I have this pink one that's representing Jesus. And when I tie them together, that's representing the relationship that I have with him. And that relationship is only as strong as when I pay attention to it. Sometimes it'll fall apart very easily because I let the knot loosen. I don't pay attention to the fact that I need to be in that relationship with him. So Sierra's going to play this worship song. And while it's happening, I want you to just tie knots so that you can think, where are you at and how are you going to start that relationship?
I'll break the chasm and leave between us. How high the mountain I could not climb. In desperation, I turned to heaven and spoke your name into the night.
Alrighty. Hey, welcome back, students. Thank you, Sierra, for leading us in that time of worship and reflection. And, well, students, again, what an incredible time. We're going to turn the chat back on. And thank you for hanging in there with us and going on this journey with us in these past several weeks on the real Jesus. And 8th graders, man, I really long for us to be together again. We are still looking to do some kind of final event together where we get to be together for one last time. We're still looking to do that. You know, we are taking a couple weeks off, and then we're going to be coming back together after a couple weeks. You'll know more because, as you've probably heard, that religious services are allowed to start to reopen. And so right now we are working on those plans so that this environment can be safe for when you do come back. And so we were hoping that we can get there and that we can be together once again. Well, hey, tonight, before we're all done, we are going to do a couple more things, and we want to do a couple more games, and including one game where we're going to show some flashback to our 8th grade students. So with that, why don't we play some charades? Why don't we invite Bagman back in, and welcome back, Bagman, and I'm going to do a little acting like we did the very first episode. Yes, that would be fantastic. Alrighty, so do you want the honors to go first, or do you want me to go first? Okay, you want me to go first. Alrighty, because you want to know what the competition is. Okay, that sounds good. Alrighty, and so I guess the way we're going to play is we're going to act out the words, and then the winners will be maybe maybe our audience can yell out if they get it right. How about that? And if they yell it out, and then we'll know who was like the better winner. Oh, by the way, students, if your clue was chosen, you go in the drawing for a prize. So that's gonna be pretty fun. Alrighty. So I guess I will draw first. Alrighty. I'm gonna shake it. If that's, I don't know if that's necessary. So alrighty. Let me look at my. This is my first clue. Okay. And alrighty. So I will act it out. Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
Sleeping. Sleep.
Cam.
Scared.
Oh
You're-
no.
What? You're afraid?
Nightmare. Narcolepsy.
Night scariness. Night
Waking
fear.
up in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Terrifying.
Night terror. Night terror.
Oh,
Oh.
Funny.
Alrighty. Okay.
Alright.
That boy. Good thing you didn't have that one, Bagman, because I was able to do a lot of expressions, and you just have one. You just have one expression. Oh what? Oh, you got 2 expressions. Wow. Oh my goodness, students. Oh my goodness. I wondered how you changed it, because I remember seeing in the video your expressions changed. I never knew how that happened. Okay. Well, you go next. Already? Okay, there's the jar. Okay, shake it. Yes. And would you like me to read it to you? Or can you read? Can you read it? Okay, you can read it.
He's
Okay.
smart, remember?
No, that's right. Bagman's very, very smart. Already. Okay, so open it and then, adjust it so you can read it. Okay. You're looking at me kind of interesting. Already. Okay, so, okay. Alrighty. Ooh,
Stretching.
Oh, we don't guess
Oh,
yet.
you're
No, not
stretching.
Oh, you're
Right.
just stretching
Prepare.
before you perform.
But
Oh,
I
okay.
was right.
Okay.
Stretching.
Six,
8,
eight
9,
words?
8 words.
Jumping.
Jump
Oh.
rope.
Jumping?
Bouncing.
Bounce house. Bounce house at
Bouncing.
DC Fury. Bounce house at DC
Wow! Wow, that's pretty good. That's really good acting. Alrighty, I'll do another one. Alrighty, okay, here we go. And alrighty, it says here.
Don't read it.
Don't
out
read it.
loud.
I almost read it. Alrighty, okay. I think the only way I know how to do this is if I do some verbal expressions. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. Aiden.
My child.
Okay.
Playing
Yeah. This is another thing I can do. Okay. So you go from that, then to this.
Oh, we know it. Boy,
DC
Planning
Live.
DC Live.
There you go. That was me preparing for a live stream. So
So there's some opposites there.
there is some definite opposites there. Okay. You go already. Okay. Oh wow. Wow, skills there. Okay. These are a lot of clues. These are a lot of clues. Okay. Bagman's laughing already.
Oh, he's got room.
Okay.
Cold,
Okay.
snow,
Snow.
Outside?
sleeping.
Sleeping outside at camp.
Oh
It's
no.
tent. Circus.
Everyone's freaking out.
Everyone's
I
freaking
think
out.
that
Go to a
was
basketball
fire
court.
alarm.
The fire alarm being pulled at the,
Winter
wow.
time.
There you go. There you go. I think there's a fire alarm inside the room. You could have pulled that one.
No,
so,
don't.
yeah. That would have been no, the bad idea. Okay, bad idea. Alrighty. Okay. Awesome. Alrighty. Let's do let me do another handwritten one. Alrighty, here we go. Okay. I'll do this one. Okay. So
Somebody pulling a fire alarm at summer camp.
camp. Yeah, camp's the word. Alrighty. Okay, that was an easy one. So let me
That doesn't happen every camp.
We need one more event. Let's go through some events.
let's go. Okay. Here's.
Just maybe.
I think maybe this one.
Just grab
I
the
think
shield.
I think maybe this one you should act out. Okay. There you go. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, wait, he's getting like a board there. Okay. And he's looks like he might be writing something. And oh.
Bagman preparing for school.
Okay, preparing.
Will you go with me to?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
my gosh.
Wow.
It's prom.
Wow. It's prom. Oh, yeah. That,
At prom.
wow.
Great.
Wow. That was pretty good. So, yeah.
Bagman
Yeah.
missed his prom. So
Yeah.
he didn't get to go.
Oh, you didn't get to go to prom. Oh, wow. Wow.
You could have taken your brother.
You could have taken ministry student. So yeah, okay. And wow, that's pretty impressive. And so alrighty, how about one more? And how about me and you act out the same one, and then see who gets it? Okay, alrighty. So here we go. Here's here we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, here we go.
What?
Chicken dance.
Chicken
Oh.
and chicken bowling.
Chicken-
bowling. What's chicken bowling?
It's not chicken. What's the? How do you do? I don't know.
Turkey
I've
bowling.
never
Turkey bowling. There we go.
Different bird.
Wow,
Got
wow.
it.
That was a little rough there. Alrighty. That's good times. Alrighty. Well, like we said, students, this is your last 8th grade, and but what's coming really soon is the fact that you guys are moving up to high school. And so with that, we have a quick, actually, welcome from high school ministry. So high school ministry staff are here. They want to welcome
The
you.
6th graders.
no, not the sixth graders. Aiden is always recommending the wrong things. And so eighth graders, here's a little welcome for you.
My name's Hunter Babcock. So excited for you guys to join our high school impact.
She snaked me.
She really did.
She snaked me good. Now, 8th graders, the real test is which one is really Hunter and which one's actually Taylor. We'll never tell you the true answer.
Could be Hunter. Could be a girl's name.
It could
Taylor
be.
could be a boy's name.
Is that true? It's true.
Taylor
It's
Lautner.
really true.
Taylor Lautner.
Come on, man.
Taylor Lautner, man. That's all
Make
about.
sure you go on the chat right now and tell everybody what your favorite Taylor Lautner movie is.
There's the right answer.
Probably her favorite movie too.
Anyway, we are so excited for you guys to be joining us in High School Ministries this summer. As you can see, we're very laid back. We like to wear sunglasses inside and sit on tables and
Sit on chairs.
sit on chairs. and-
Stand on the floor.
These are some pretty strange and uncertain times, and we don't know what ministry is going to look like this summer, but I do know one thing is pretty soon you're going to be in high school ministry, and you're going to be really excited that you're here, and we're going to be really excited to meet you. So until then, we'll see you another time, and remember, you'll never know who Hunter really is.
Alrighty, hey, we're back, and man, Hunter, Taylor, Matt, thank you guys so much. Eighth graders, you guys are in the best hands in the world. Man, what a fun team. They're so excited, and they got a lot of fun things planned for you. And so, which reminds me, we've had a lot of fun memories.
We've had some great moments.
Some great moments with our eighth grade students. And so I thought, why don't we do another game?
Yeah.
And this will be a trivia game with our eighth grade students.
Yeah, and so in the chat, you guys, all of you, not just eighth graders, can go ahead and answer some of these questions. And we're going to show some photos of some really funny moments from the past couple years with our eighth graders. So go ahead, as we put them up, write down the right answer in the chat, and then your name could go in a drawing for another gift card.
Alrighty, let's take a look at the first picture.
Let's see what it is.
And so our first picture is this one. So this was at Square One, and so in the at the Square One, you know, Michelle, what were you doing at Square One this morning? So you were
They
like
were
doing an exercise,
drawing.
right?
Yeah, they were drawing outlines of something, but we're not sure. I don't know. Like, do you think that they were actually, true or false, were they doing the activity that we asked them to do?
Ah, that's the question. So students in the chat, you're gonna write true or false.
So were they following our instructions, or
were
they
they
not?
mocking our instructions?
That's really
so,
hard.
already? So were they mocking our instructions or following our instructions?
True or false?
True or false? And the answer is those eighth graders, they're sweet kids. They were doing what we asked
They
them
were.
to do.
That was when they were seventh graders. Look at how long ago
Wow,
that was.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
So already, that was the Square One activity where preschool students drew outlines of their bodies, and they had to
Yeah.
like write things on there, and so yeah.
It was a cool morning, and those preschoolers loved it.
Alrighty.
All right, next video or next photo. Let's see what it is.
Ooh. Okay, so students, sixth grade students. This is
Seventh grade.
Seventh grade.
This was when our current eighth graders were in seventh grade. So thinking back a few years ago, this was at summer camp.
Summer
What
camp.
was the camp theme
What
for that
was
summer camp?
that summer? I cannot remember.
2018, if you remember.
Summer camp 2018 theme. Anybody can guess
just
correctly,
one
right?
word, too.
Yeah.
So
So even if a sixth grader who wasn't there guessed the correct answer, you would win. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So you can write any kind of theme like God, you're there for me.
It was
like
one
that-
word.
that-
One
oh,
word,
it was
though.
one word. Oh, Jesus. You know, like no, we won't take that one. So, already.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the real theme that was actually happening was just this one word, and it was emerge.
Emerge.
I don't know if you remember that camp,
Nope.
but
I
it
don't
was-
remember that camp.
Yeah.
I
I don't think you were.
I don't think
you're there.
All right.
Sabbatical? I don't know.
Yeah, something else was happening.
All right,
Alrighty.
so here's if you wrote emerge and you got that correct, your name went into a drawing.
Yeah,
So
you
next,
did that inspire Submerge? Because remember we did a thing called Submerge
I
for a
think we
couple
did
years.
that like the high schoolers were in sixth grade.
Or maybe
It's
we
like
did
8 years ago.
Submerge and then Alpine liked it and they borrowed it
And
and
they
then
just chopped
they,
off
they
the
just
word.
chopped off sub and then it was merge and they're like merge doesn't make sense. Let's add an E and then it was emerge.
That was exactly the thought process. I can't
That's how-
believe you knew that.
Students, that's how Alpine does their themes. That's
Genius.
how
Genius,
they're
though.
they're genius.
Okay, next photo.
Next,
Here
what in the world?
is
What
one of
is-
our leaders
Okay.
with her student, and this was at DC Fury.
Wow.
So here's the question: what is Giselle wearing? Like, what is her costume
Well, I
of?
think we can probably guess she's wearing a sheet, but what's the costume, right?
I don't
So,
think we can guess it's a sheet. I think
Okay.
it's a onesie.
it's a onesie.
But
okay.
we need to know what the onesie costume is.
What the onesie costume is, okay?
So put that in the chat if you got
Right.
that answer.
But what if they wrote onesie down? Would they win?
I mean, maybe. Depends
Maybe.
if our moderators and like our producers
That's
would
true.
like to
Okay.
take that as an answer.
Onesies. They're,
So,
wow.
Lloyd, what is the correct answer on this one?
You know what? That's another answer I do not know, Michelle. So I don't think
Honestly,
you know either.
I don't know either.
Just-
Here's the thing. Giselle's going to have to help us out because we could not figure this out. We were like, what were you wearing? And
Yeah.
I don't even know if Giselle can answer it. So, Giselle, if you're in the chat, you can help them out and put the right answer in there.
That would be very helpful.
We'll go to the
'cause
next
nobody
photo,
knows.
though.
Alrighty, here are our current 8th graders as 6th graders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long
wow.
ago. They're
This
such
was a long
babies.
time ago. Babies. Yeah. And so this was a really fun event. And this was that night that we did the progressive dinner.
Yeah.
And we move around to 3 different restaurants. It's such a fun
So
night.
all of our students have been able to do that because it happens in January.
That's right.
So here's the question that we have for you is guess what's in their bag.
Yeah.
If you can guess what's in the bag,
Was the food in the bag? And then maybe just a bonus question, like what's in the cups? So,
pretty sure that's an obvious answer.
yeah.
I really think that you know that one.
If you know that one, then we'll help you out a little bit there. So that was like a fun little bonus for you.
It could be a bonus, yeah.
There you go. Alrighty.
So-
Okay, let's take a look at another one.
Do you want to give them the answer to that?
Oh yeah.
What was in the bag?
Chips?
Yeah,
Okay,
chips and salsa.
chips and salsa. Alrighty. Okay, so this picture, this was our current 6th graders, and this was going back to 2018.
17.
They weren't in. Nobody was here in
They were
2017.
this was their first event with us in 2017.
2018. Is 2018. No, you're
No,
right.
this was their first
I
event.
don't think so.
Summer
Michelle.
20 minus
This
3
this
is
no.
18.
You're
June
Wow.
2017, very first event as them as 6th graders jumping
20
in
minus 3.
Yeah.
on our summer
Okay.
kickoff event.
I don't know. I don't know about the date. How about this, students?
The
if
date
you can
does
write
not
in
matter.
the correct answer to the year, because we're obviously in a fighting match right now. So also write in who was it that said "Surfs Up, dude." So so that's
That
what we're looking
person
for.
in the corner that has their face cut off.
Yeah, that person in
was
the corner.
that?
Who was that person? And so we gotta give them a chance to answer. Oh, and they have to look up the right year too. So,
Yeah, I mean,
and,
they don't have to because
they
it
don't
was
have to? It was
2017. Yeah.
2018 was the right answer for the year, and then the. And
Okay,
then-
here, let's calculate it while they're
No,
giving us
I don't
answer.
like calculating
Last
anymore.
summer would have been 2019 as 8th graders, right? Summer before as 7th graders, they would have been 2018. Summer before that as 6th graders would have been what year? What's 1 minus 8?
You know, on students, 2018 is the correct answer. And the student who said "What's up, bro?" or "Surfs up, bro?" or
Surfs up.
surfs. Actually, if we go back to the picture, it actually says "Surfs up 2018." So and that was Andrew Johnson. So alrighty, Andrew
So we
Johnson.
put Andrew.
If you wrote
Anyone in
Andrew
John.
or 2018, you won. Alrighty. Here's our last one. And so so this picture right here, and which is our last one, and it's an event that happened where if let's go back to,
This was an escape room.
this was an escape room, and students, we have a question for you, and that is, for this event, Michelle was really scared that she was going to lose her job.
I was.
So the question in the chat is, well, the question that you want the answer to is, why was Michelle afraid she was going to get fired over this event? So, alrighty. So that's the question, and then the answer is that Michelle you took them to an escape room, and they had a one of the rooms theme was
like the Blair Witch Project
yeah,
slash like
that yeah.
Salem Witch Trials. So
Salem Witch Trials.
Didn't realize that, and
Yeah.
so you guys had a little bit more of a scare in that
Yeah.
event, and it freaked me out. So
There you go. But Michelle, you didn't get fired.
I'm still here.
You're still here. You're still here. Man, you know.
Since 2018,
Since
when they were 7th
2018.
graders.
Since 2018. You've been here since 2018 when they were in 6th grade. So,
Cool.
man, that's amazing.
We can do math.
We can do math. Alrighty. Students, before we say goodbye, we have some winners to announce. And
So we have a few winners.
all right.
So the first one is James Liu. You won for one of the drawings. And then Josh Quella, you got to win for the drawing. And let me see if there was another person.
All right.
Nope, just those two.
Alrighty. We have
Awesome.
2 winners tonight.
Yay!
And
Josh
it's-
Quella and James Liu, you guys get a gift card, an Amazon gift card, and it will be sent to you as an email.
That's awesome. And if there are other winners that come in from like the producers later, we'll still send you a prize. How
Yeah.
about that? There you go.
And we do have some announcements, though.
Oh,
To make
let's
sure.
let's make sure there's
So
announcements.
the
are made.
announcements, just so you know, like Lloyd hinted at, and we're getting ready to do some fun events coming up, but we're going to be going on a 2-week break. So for the next 2 Wednesdays, you won't see us on live, you won't see us in person. We're giving you this time so you can finish well with school, and that we can then prepare for you guys to come back and do more fun events this summer. This Sunday, though, at 3 o'clock, if you want to join me on Zoom, it's going to be our last Zoom game, so you can join us there. And then I think that's it for our announcements. Otherwise,
Any
stay
other
tuned.
winners?
Let's see if I got another.
Is there any?
Oh, actually, we have 2 more. Okay, 2 more that just came in
Wow!
our
Look at that!
We doubled the
I
number of
didn't
winners.
miss you.
Barely snuck in. Alrighty.
text. Okay, so Connor Shearing
Connor Sherry!
and Jack Fletcher.
Wow.
You guys
Nice.
get $10 Amazon gift cards coming to your
Boy.
email.
Right.
Coming in.
Awesome. Alrighty. Hey, in the live chat, if you guys want to do some shout outs to the 8th graders, saying goodbye to them. Goodbye, 8th graders. And guess who else we have to say goodbye to? We have one more person to say goodbye to. And that.
It's our beloved
wait,
Bagman.
What's happening?
Oh,
No! Hey, it's Daniel! Say goodbye, Daniel!
We're not saying goodbye, Daniel.
No.
We're saying goodbye, Bag.
Oh, we're
Yay!
saying goodbye to
Bye.
Bagman. We're saying.
All right.
Alrighty.
Bagman.
Oh, wait.
The
Wow.
moment of
Oh,
silence.
the moment of silence for the bag. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Aiden. 8th graders, we love you.
Thank
We
you,
miss you.
administration.
We're looking forward to one last time to be together as 8th graders with you guys. And
Check your email for more details
check
as
your
they come.
email for more details. We love you guys. And